Once you've prepared your raw file and opened it up in the standard Photoshop editor, you're ready to start tweaking the tone of this foreground area here and to replace some of the blown out highlights and to enhance the color. And to do that, we'll kick off by opening the layers palette. If you go to window layers, you'll find that in the palette bin here, just drag it out so it's floating and then click to close up the other palettes that we don't need. And there we have our layers palette. If you do need to make the thumbnail larger, depending on the size of your interface, go to palette options and choose an appropriate thumbnail. Because this is quite a small screen here, I'm going to make a larger thumbnail for you. Right, let's start targeting and editing our tones. And to do that, we're going to create an adjustment layer by clicking Create Adjustment Layer, go to Levels, and that remaps the existing tones. We've got the shadows on the left here, the midtones in the middle, the highlights on the right, and it gives them new output levels. Let me show you what I mean. If we just drag, let me just get that tree visible. Yeah, if you just drag the midtone input level slider to the left like this, you can see it's dramatically brightening it up. So if we take that to about 2.4, around about there, and the darker shadows are a little bit washed out, so let's just remap those by dragging this to the right. Something like about maybe 5 should do the trick, and that gives us some nice black shadows and some detail in the midtones. So just click OK to apply the change. We can turn that on and off by clicking the eye here, and you can see the before and the after. Now we're only interested in the tonal change of the tree. It is blowing out the background even more, but we can fix that in just a second. So to protect the rest of the shot from being overexposed, let's select the brush tool by pressing B or clicking here. Make sure the foreground color is set to black by clicking the switch toggle just here. Then target the layers mask on the levels 1 adjustment layer, and a nice large brush size of around about I don't know, 400 I should think should do the trick. No, even bigger actually. Let's type in 600, and then we can cover more area very quickly, and we're just spraying black on the mask to protect the rest of the layer from being adjusted, and that gives you the correct exposure for the background. As long as we don't spray over the tree, then we can actually adjust the tree selectively. So we're actually burning in the background detail here now, burning back the tones, and we've dodged or lightened the tree by using the adjustment layer. If I hit tab to get rid of the floating windows, I can then spray more easily without getting those palettes in the way. And I can use the left square bracket just to scale down the size of the brush and fine-tune these fiddlier bits, like inside the tree here, for example. We've got a very small section there we need to darken. So I'm using the mask to adjust the levels changes, and I can then use a white brush if I need to make any other changes and reveal parts of the background, but a black mask will do the trick for the moment. You can see there we've got a tree-shaped white layer, so that's the area that's being changed, and the black is being protected from the levels adjustment layer. And this is non-destructive dodging and burning, because if I change this foreground color to white and we click and spray, then we allow the adjustment layer to make a change to the layer below. Or if I go back to black again by pressing X, I can protect that. So it's totally non-destructive, and it gives you perfect and total control over which areas are lightened or darkened by the adjustment layer.